Have you ever stopped to wonder why plants know exactly when to grow, when to flower, and when to produce fruit, without a calendar, without anyone telling them what to do? It happens right in front of us every single day, and most people never notice. In the field, in the greenhouse, in your own backyard, plants have their own internal clock, and the whole thing runs on light. If you've ever wondered why certain crops only bloom at specific times of year, why adjusting your light schedule in the greenhouse can completely transform your harvest, or just how in the world a plant knows what season it is, stick around, because in the next few minutes, you're going to understand something most growers never learn this clearly. Welcome to Genetics Growers. Before we dive in, we genuinely want to thank you for being here. Every time you click on one of our videos, it pushes us to keep creating quality content for you. So seriously, thank you. Here at Genetics Growers, we're passionate about growing. Our mission is simple: give you clear, practical, and reliable information so your plants can reach their full potential. And speaking of information, if you haven't checked out our blog yet, we've got a ton of articles on our website covering everything from pest control and agro trends to step-by-step growing guides, plant nutrition, and a whole lot more. The link is down in the description. Definitely worth checking out. But now, let's get into why we're all here. Photoperiod. One of the most powerful and most misunderstood forces in the plant world. Let's start from the beginning. The word photoperiod comes from two Greek roots, photo, meaning light, and period, referring to time. So, literally, we're talking about a period of light. In simple terms, photoperiod is the number of hours of light and darkness a plant receives within a 24-hour cycle. That means how long it's exposed to sunlight or artificial light, and how long it spends in the dark. Sounds pretty basic, right? But here's the thing. For plants, that ratio between light and darkness is way more than just weather data. It's a powerful biological signal, a kind of code that tells the plant what time of year it is and what it needs to do next. Think about it this way. Before greenhouses, before artificial lighting, before any kind of agricultural technology existed, plants had to survive on their own. And to do that, they had to sync up with the seasons. Flowering in winter, when it's cold and pollinators are nowhere to be found, would be a disaster. Flowering at exactly the right moment, when conditions are ideal, is what guarantees reproduction and survival of the species. Photoperiod is the mechanism that makes that synchronization possible. Over millions of years of evolution, plants developed the ability to measure time using light, and they do it with remarkable precision. Here's where it gets really interesting. You might be wondering, how does a plant know exactly how many hours of light it received? Does it have some kind of sensor? The answer is yes, and that sensor has a name. It's called Phytochrome. Phytochrome is a light-sensitive protein found in the cells of plant leaves. Its main job is to detect light, specifically red light and far red light, which are wavelengths the human eye can barely distinguish, but plants pick up on perfectly. Phytochrome exists in two forms. The first is the inactive form, called PR. When the plant is exposed to light, the phytochrome absorbs that energy and converts into its active form, called PFR. So what happens when darkness kicks in? Slowly, the PFR converts back into PR. And the speed of that conversion is exactly what allows the plant to measure how long it's been in the dark. It's an elegant and precise mechanism. The plant isn't counting hours the way we do. It's measuring the length of the night through a chemical reaction happening inside its own cells. When phytochrome detects that the night has reached a certain length, it sends chemical signals to different parts of the plant. Those signals can switch key processes on or off. Things like flowering, germination, stem elongation, or even leaf drop in the fall. Bottom line, phytochrome is the biological switch that connects nature's calendar to the plant's internal processes. Now that we understand how plants perceive light, we can classify them based on how they respond to that information. And here we find three main groups. Short day plants. Short day plants are those that flower when nights are long, meaning when the hours of darkness exceed a critical threshold. Even though the name might sound counterintuitive, what these plants are actually measuring is the length of the night, not the day. Classic examples: chrysanthemums, strawberries, poinsettias, soybeans, and many cannabis varieties. These plants take advantage of fall and winter conditions to flower. Long day plants. Long day plants do the opposite. They need short nights to flower. When days get longer, like they do in spring and summer, these plants receive the signal that it's time to reproduce. Examples include wheat, spinach, oats, lettuce, and many plants native to temperate northern regions. If they don't get enough hours of light, they simply stay in the vegetative phase and won't flower. Day-neutral plants. Then there are day-neutral plants. These don't depend on photoperiod to flower at all. Their development is controlled mostly by other factors like temperature, nutrition, or simply their physiological maturity. Examples: tomatoes, cucumbers, corn, and most of the plants we grow year-round in greenhouses. They're easier to manage in controlled environments, precisely because you don't have to adjust the light cycle to trigger flowering. Why does this classification matter? Knowing which group your crop belongs to is the very first step to controlling it. If you're working with short-day plants and you don't reduce the light hours at the right time, your plants simply won't flower. Or they will, but late, inconsistently, and with much lower yields. On the other hand, if you know your crop's photoperiod, you can literally program its life cycle. You decide when it flowers, how long it stays in vegetative growth, and you optimize the whole process to get the best possible harvest. How to apply photoperiod in your grow. Now that we've got the theory down, let's talk about what actually matters in practice. How to use photoperiod to your advantage. In an outdoor grow, photoperiod is controlled by nature. The sun rises and sets, and plants respond according to their genetic programming. But in a greenhouse or an indoor grow, you're the one controlling the light. And that gives you enormous power. Manipulating photoperiod, triggering the flower. For example, if you're working with cannabis, a short-day plant, you know that to trigger flowering, you need to flip the light cycle from 18-6, 18 hours of light, 6 of darkness, to 12-12, 12 hours of light, 12 of darkness. That change sends the plant a signal that summer is ending and it's time to flower. Within days, you'll start seeing the first signs of flowering sites developing. The same principle applies to other crops. If you're growing spinach and you want it to keep producing leaves without bolting, you need to make sure it doesn't get too many hours of light. If the long day photoperiod kicks in too early, the plant bolts, it shoots up to seed before you're ready, and leaf quality tanks. Common mistakes that wreck your photoperiod. One of the most common mistakes in indoor grows is interrupting the dark period. Remember, what plants are measuring is the length of the night. If even a small amount of light leaks in during the dark period, the phytochrome resets and the night count starts all over again. This can lead to irregular flowering, hermaphrodite plants in the case of cannabis, or simply the plant refusing to enter flowering when it should. Another frequent mistake is ignoring photoperiod during the propagation stage. If your plants are in an area where the room lights turn on and off at random times, even for just a few minutes, it can throw off their development. One of the biggest advantages of understanding photoperiod is that you can set up staggered production. That means having plants at different stages of development at the same time, simply by controlling when the light cycles shift in each section of your grow. This lets you harvest continuously throughout the year, maximize your greenhouse space, and significantly boost your overall productivity. Photoperiod doesn't just control flowering. Its influence on the plant world goes way deeper than most people realize. Take fall foliage, for example, that spectacular leaf drop we see in deciduous trees every autumn. That's directly regulated by photoperiod. As days get shorter, trees receive the signal that winter is coming and begin producing an abscission layer that eventually causes the leaves to fall. The germination of many seeds is also controlled by photoperiod. Some seeds will only germinate when they detect that days are getting longer, making sure they sprout in spring instead of the middle of winter. Even tuber development in plants like potatoes is influenced by day length. On short days, the plant redirects energy toward forming tubers. On long days, it favors above-ground growth instead. Did you know artificial light can fool plants too? Here's something that surprises a lot of growers. Plants don't fundamentally tell the difference between sunlight and artificial light. What matters is the wavelength and intensity of the light, not where it comes from. That means with the right LED technology, you can simulate any photoperiod at any time of year. You can give a long-day plant an endless summer, or trigger fall conditions in the middle of July for your cannabis. This knowledge is the foundation of all modern vertical farming and high-yield indoor growing systems. Once you really understand photoperiod, it becomes a tool for total control over your plant's life cycle. All right, let's do a quick recap of everything we covered today. Photoperiod is the ratio of light to darkness a plant receives in a 24-hour period. Plants measure it through a protein called phytochrome, which acts as a detector for the length of the night. There are 3 types of plants based on how they respond to photoperiod. Short-day plants, which flower when nights are long. Long-day plants, which flower when nights are short. And day-neutral plants, which flower regardless of the light cycle. In practice, controlling photoperiod lets you program your crop's entire life cycle. You can trigger flowering exactly when you need it, avoid mistakes like light leaks during the dark period, and set up staggered production so you're harvesting all year long. That's a wrap on today's video. I hope it's crystal clear now how plants use light as their biological clock, and how you can put that knowledge to work to take your grows to the next level. If this video helped you out, please hit the like button. It makes a huge difference in helping more growers find this content and learn what you just learned today. And if you're not subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a new video. We drop content regularly on growing, plant nutrition, pest control, genetics, and a whole lot more. And don't forget, our website has a full blog packed with articles on all of these topics and more. Pest control, agro trends, step-by-step growing guides, what's new in the cultivation world. All of it completely free for you. The link is in the description. Don't sleep on it. A huge thank you for watching all the way to the end. That tells us you're someone who takes their grow seriously, and we love that about you. See you in the next one.